Hello, welcome to the queue. Russia turn 7, BBR 1940 game. Turn 6 was a doozy. Lots of interesting things happened there. This is the Russian buy for turn 7. We've got a tactical bomber, 3 tanks, and 2 artillery for $37, and moving a factory for $1. Before we get to the combat moves from the previous German turn, Matt Todd said that he wanted to scramble his fighter to protect this transport. So the fighter didn't get a hit here, so there's no effect there by pulling it out of that battle because it was in Rome with some other Canadians. So we'll scramble that out to meet that one head on. So the German will get a 3 for their fighter, and French fighter a 4. Okay, French fighter is dead. What will happen to the German fighter? Also dead. So the net effect, though, is that that transport does survive because there is nothing there to kill it now. So there's no more Canadians, but I guess it can go back and grab these 2 here down in Morocco that you can't see. The other thing for grins, we've got this convoy, and Germany had, I think it was $140 or 138, somewhere in that zone. But we have the opportunity to convoy 3, 7, 9. That's it. So $9. So I get 4 automatically for the 4. But we'll try and roll that out. I've got 3 subs. I'm looking for some more numbered dice so I can roll this all at once. All right, here we go. So we got 3 subs, oh, and a destroyer, so I need 7 dice. Now we're ready. Should have had that ready first. All right, so for grins, that would be 1, 4, 5, 6. So Germany would lose $6, and I can't believe that that matters off of 138 or 140, whichever it was. So that will, just for grins, just to see how that convoy action took place there. And the next turn it won't matter because it is the last turn of the game, and Germany won't be collecting any money. No one will, actually. So let's move on to combat. All right, so up here in the Southland, well, actually, I guess all 3 combats are in that viewfinder there. Let's see if I can get the dice tray in there, and I can get most of it in there. Now we'll adjust her over. All right, now you can kind of see just about everything. Let me go around here, as it'll be easier. So for combat into Bessarabia, there is an infantry and an artillery defending. We have 3 infantry from the Ukraine, 1 artillery from Rostov, and then the tactical is coming down from Moscow and has a movement of 2 left. The next attack is 2 infantry, 1 artillery into the Ukraine. All right, so we'll turn these over for the attacks. Third attack is 1 infantry from Bryansk into Belarus, along with this fighter from Moscow with a movement of 3 left, this fighter from Rostov with a movement of 2. And grab my markers, that's it. 3 attacks, and we will commence with the rolling. start up here, since we're there. We got 2 fighters at 3 and infantry at 1. And really the German infantry is defending at 2. So I'm going to roll it all at once, and the green dice will be the German. So the German hits and the Russian hits. So Belarus stays German. But the infantry's gone, so. All right, next one is advanced artillery will support both of those. So that will be 3 2s for Russia. I think I'm rolling that out of the viewfinder, aren't I? Yeah. Turn that around so you can see the 2 hits. There's only 1 guy there. So I need to roll it. Let me look back over there. I need to roll it from this direction. All right, here's the German defensive roll. And that is a nothing. And it's in that corner where you can't see. That's nice. All right. The final battle, we'll do a target select on that artillery. And it is a hit, so there is 1 left to defend against 3 infantry at 1. And you know what? I'm going to roll the German at 2 at the same time. So the green dice will be the German dice. And there's 1, so that will be the end of that attack. All right, so let's pull this out. And for the income tracker, 2. Bessarabia is nothing, Western Ukraine's 2. So that puts Russia back in the 30s. Not that that matters, because the money that I collect this turn, I will have nothing really to spend it on next turn. So, well, let's land our, let's land our planes. This tactical has 2 movements left. We'll go back to Bryansk, where that AA gun will stay. These 2 fighters each have 2 and 3 left, but they're only going to move 1 into Archangel. If you're wondering why I got this tower of yellow there, is that even in the viewfinder? It isn't. Damn it. All right, so you saw me grab stuff. Let's go back to what I grabbed. So I landed the fighter from Bessarabia, or the tactical, right here in Bryansk. The 2 fighters that were in Belarus flew up here to Archangel. And what I was saying was this yellow stack of chips was to remind me to send everything to Archangel. Everything that can reach is heading in. And we will have the final battle for Russia and Germany on turn 8, right up here in the north. So, let's move these markers. We've got, and this is my plea for the U.S. fighters over here in Novobrinsk to come over and help defend Mother Russia. We'll see if those pleas go heeded by the U.S. All right, so artillery moves in from Volgograd, from Smolensk. What is that? 9 infantry, 4 artillery, 3 tanks, and I'm running out of room here. I'm going to probably have to chip. I'll put the tanks up in the ocean here. 1 AA. All right, from Bryansk, these can all move 2. 1, 2, 3 artillery, and 1 tank. All right, so from Moscow, 2 artillery can drive there, and 1 more tank can drive there. I will rail 3 infantry from Moscow into Archangel. And the final move, is this in the viewfinder? It is. All right, 2 infantry. Oh, well, you know what? If I move the factory, I can't rail them. let's forget about moving that factory then. All right, well, that's a tactical error there on my part. Curse you. What do I need more? The two infantry or the 2 units that I build there? Sorry for the delay here. I've got to decide what to do. I think I'll just rail and we'll skip moving that factory. So we'll rail these 2 infantry from Rostov 1, 2, 3 into Archangel. And that is it for the movement there. We've got 3 infantry that is left in Moscow. They will march down here to the aid of that tactical bomber. I don't know what you can see on this other side, but we'll move this for the western or eastern movements. We've got an artillery in Tugunska that'll move 1, 2, and anti-aircraft gun, 2 infantry will move up with the Chinese units in Shensi. 2 infantry will move up into Kansu. Artillery will drive to Tugunska, because yeah, Moscow wouldn't do any good there. All right, we got 1 infantry in the far east that is going to march back here. And that will be it. Let me look at the map here. So my placements are going to not be what I wanted because I foolishly did it wrong. All right, so 3 tanks go into Volgograd. The tactical is placed in Moscow. 2 artillery are in Moscow, so they will get to do nothing next turn. My bad. All right, let's look at the forces and where they are. Let's start over here on the far east. Yeah, I already moved those guys, so. All right. Well, there is an opportunity for Amur to gain another unit, possibly. I've got the Lend-Lease on the Japan, and they do. I think that's the artillery one. All right, so yeah, 1 is the artillery placed in Amur or Archangel. So I've got one down there, so I'm gonna place a chip. And I'm not gonna collect any money because it doesn't do me any good. But if you're wondering, they are at 31 IPCs. So for the next turn, it wouldn't matter whatever I place because none of my factories are on the front lines. So yeah, doesn't matter. All right, got some confusion going here. All right, here is the forces in Amur. Nope, I put it under that. It should be under the artillery. Amur, 1 anti-aircraft, 2 Lend-Lease artillery, 1 from last turn, I think, or maybe it was 2 turns ago, and 1 from this turn. 2 infantry. All right, in Korea, we are down to 13 infantry, 1 tank, 1 AA. Kansu, 2 infantry. Shensi, 2 infantry, 1 AA. Tugunska, 1 artillery. Novobrinsk, nothing except U.S. fighters coming my way. Come on, come on. Volgograd, 1 artillery, 3 tanks. Moscow, 2 artillery, 1 tactical. Russia, 3 infantry, 1 AA, 1 tactical. Western Ukraine, 2 infantry, 1 artillery. Bessarabia, 3 infantry, 1 artillery. And C-Zone 114 is a sub. And now we've got our big stack here in Archangel. Let's see what we got here on the infantry side. All right, so 9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16. So that will be 16, is that right? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah, 16 infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 artillery, 1 anti-aircraft, 2 fighters, and 5 tanks. That is it for Russia. No need to collect the dough. And now it is time for Japan.